So, the OnePlus Buds, what are they like and are they any good? They're basically AirPods. Thank you all for watching, and I'm just joking. But yes, you can definitely see the resemblance between these and the AirPods. And a lot of the functionality with them is basically exactly the same. From the sticks that make it look like the head of a toothbrush, to some of the functionality that it has. But does it hold up to the AirPods? That's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So yeah, as I said, the OnePlus Buds do have a lot of the same functionality as the AirPods, down to the whole thing of pulling it out of your ear and having it pause and putting it back in your ear and having it play again. Yeah, everything is here and everything works really great. In terms of the sound quality that it does have, yeah, the sound quality is pretty good. I mean, you're not going to be getting headphone level quality with this. I'd say that the sound quality, again, is about on par with the AirPods. It's good for what it is, but, it's not amazing. I'd say that the highs suffer the most. The highs can get a bit kind of muddled together and mushy. I don't know if that's the right word. But the mids and the low end do sound pretty good. And generally, throughout the lows and the mids, you do get a nice sound separation and everything does sound nice and separated apart. And there have actually been some times where there's been sounds that are played through the earphones and I thought that there was somebody playing them outside or something. That has actually happened to me before. But yeah, as I said, the highs do let it down, so I wouldn't go to these expecting, incredible sound quality that you'd get from some expensive over-the-ear headphones or anything like that. But as I've said in the past, I don't feel like you should really come to wireless earphones for the sound quality. I feel like the portability and the functionality is what's important when it comes to wireless earbuds. And the functionality, for the most part, is really good with these earphones. As, again, with the AirPods, connecting these to your OnePlus phone is as easy as just opening up the lid and pressing the little notification that shows up on the OnePlus phone. It's just one tap and they're connected. And at the same time, it also connects them to your Google account, which then lets other devices that use the Google account use your earphones too. And sure, that's all great, but the functionality that you're going to use on a day-to-day basis is pretty good too, at least for the most part. So once these earphones are connected, you can just pull any one of them out of the case and put them in your ears and that will work. It doesn't matter whether the other one's in the case, with the case open or closed. The one that's in your ear will still work. And this is great because you don't have to think about which earphone you're pulling out of the case. You can just literally pull one out, put it in, and just know that it's going to work. But to know for sure that they're paired, the earphones actually play a little ping sound, which lets you know that they are connected to your phone and you can play music on your phone without it blaring out to everyone that's out there to hear it. And as I said before, it does have that feature where when you pull the earphone out of your ear, it pauses the music, and when you put it back in, it plays it again. I am really torn on this feature because there are some times that I do this and it comes in handy, but there's also times where I pull one ear out just wanting to be able to hear the surroundings better, but then it pauses the music so I have to go and play it again, and that can be a bit of an annoyance. Sometimes it's very convenient, but other times it's an inconvenience, so I still haven't really weighed those up well together. As I did with the OnePlus Nord, I am going to do a second video on the OnePlus Buds where I basically do a review of them after using them for a good amount of times. This is very much a first impressions of these. But yeah, so far I don't really know which side I'm on at the moment. And the annoying thing is that you don't have the option to switch them off in settings, so I can't really compare having that functionality without having that functionality. What I have done to get around this though in settings is set the double tap for the left earbud to be for play and pause. So if I do take out the right earbud, which is usually the one that I do take out, I can just double tap that and it will just start playing again. So it's not as big of an inconvenience as it would have been if that functionality wasn't available, but I do still feel like there should be the option perhaps to maybe only switch off the music when you take both earphones out, or maybe just the option to disable it, as I said from before. Developers, if you're developing apps, please put in as much functionality as you can in there and let us change as much settings as we can. Honestly, the more settings the better. If you want to put it under an advanced section, do that, but please give us all the options, because it's really annoying when there's something specific that we want to change and the option just isn't there. But another nice little piece of functionality that is in the OnePlus Buds is the fact that when you open the case, it does show the battery life of the case as well as the two earbuds right on your phone. This saves you having to have any sort of battery indicator on the case itself. Some of the other earphones I had in the past did have battery indicators here, and this light does let you know the status of the charge while you're actually charging the case, and it does flash the green lights. I haven't really worked out what the green flash on the case means yet. I do imagine it's just a case of when you open this and it goes green, it means it's switched on. I don't know if that means that it's paired to the phone or not, but I probably will know that for the review that I'm going to do in a few weeks. But yeah, being able to see that prompt right on your phone, and by extension, because I've got my phone notifications shown on the computer, having that show on the computer too, is nice functionality to have, and more earphones should really do that. I don't know if they'd be able to, but it would be good if they could. One little bug that I have noticed with this though is that when an earphone is still in the case, it does occasionally show that the battery life of that earphone is 0% because it's not connecting to it, I assume. So I do imagine this is something that's going to get fixed, but as of now, don't be worried if you see that the earphone shows 0% battery life. Even with its drawbacks though, so far I am really happy with the OnePlus Buds. And I like the convenience of not having to think about which earphone I'm pulling out of the OnePlus Buds case. I can just pull out whichever one I want and it will work. When you're finished with the earbuds, they go back in the AirPod-like case, and the case closes with a satisfying click. And this case actually fast charges too, which is pretty nice, so it can charge up really quickly. And the thing with the case is that I didn't realize how much I really appreciate thin cases. I've actually been carrying this around me a lot more now, because with my old cases I could feel them in my pocket. They were really chunky, and a lot of that was filled with a battery, which kept the case running for longer but meant that it wasn't easy to put in my pocket. When I put this in my pocket, I sometimes forget it's there. It's just kind of in there and it isn't really pressing against me or anything. And I do think that I actually prefer to have less battery life in a earbuds case rather than having a lot of battery life in the earbuds case but having it be really chunky. Because yes, this case doesn't actually seem to last that long, at least from my usage so far. I found that I've been able to get it down to about 60% from 100% within the day, which isn't really that good, to be honest. But when you pair that with fast charging and the fact that it is just this much more portable, I mean, it is literally a really thin case that you can just slip into your pocket. I do think that I actually prefer that, and I am actually quite happy to make the compromise. What do you think? Are you going to get the OnePlus Buds, or do you have them already? Do you prefer the fact that this is a thin case, or would you rather that it had more battery life and maybe be a bit more chunky? Be sure to let me know down in the comment section down below. And that's it for this video anyway. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you all stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.